When people find out that I'm a life coach, they ask me two questions. Firstly, what is coaching? And secondly, how did you become a life coach? So I'm going to answer both of those questions for you in this video today. But firstly, just so you know who I am, I'm a director and empowerment coach at Purpose Advisory, whereby we empower our clients to identify the life they love and then to learn how to live it as well. We equip them with the skills, the resources, the frameworks, all the tools which they need, as well as the accountability to make sure that they achieve the life they want and the dreams that they really aspire towards. Because it is possible. It's not an easy feat to find balance and joy and peace and love in your life, but you definitely can do it. So the first question, what is coaching? Well, maybe I'll explain my style of coaching because there are a lot of different types. And my style is very much a questioning style and conversational style of coaching. So an example might be that you'll ask a particular question and you're trying to find the answer to it. And most coaches, or many coaches out there, will work there very hard to help you find the answer to the question which you're asking. However, I don't believe that the answer is the most important part of the conversation. It's important. You need to get there. You need to work out what do you need to do to get to where you want to go. You need to be able to solve your problems. Great. But you want to be able to solve the right problems. Let me give you a very simple example. COVID vaccines. Oh, it's a big topic. You jump onto Google and you type in, why are COVID vaccines the worst things that have ever been created? And you're going to get some very interesting results around why COVID-19 vaccines are terrible. You jump onto Google and you type in, why are COVID vaccines the best thing since the polio vaccine? And you're going to find some amazing answers about why the vaccine's incredible and it's going to save all of our lives and everything. Now, the answers that you receive to both of those are not going to be correct because the question that's being asked is not correct. The question being asked, or maybe it is a correct question, whichever way you're leaning, but the question which is being asked can always be asked in a better way, in a more empowering way. I'd like to give you a real life example of a client that reached out to me a while ago. He reached out and he said, I need coaching because I need to be able to get an investment property. And this is more on the financial coaching side, which is something that our business does as well. And I asked him, why do you want an investment property? He said, well, because I want another stream of income. So well, that's great. Why do you want another stream of income? I said, because I don't want to have to be working forever. Okay, great. Why don't you want to be working forever? He said, isn't that obvious? I said, not to me. I said, well, I don't want to be working forever because I really dislike the job which I'm doing right now. Okay, why do you dislike the job you're doing? Well, I have a crappy manager and I don't have good rapport with my staff and some of my colleagues. It just feels very isolated and I don't like it. I don't want to be doing that job. Okay, well, what's wrong with having a crappy job? I was like, isn't that obvious? I said, not to me. Let's explore it. Why don't you want to, what's wrong with having a crappy job? Oh, because I feel drained and I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I said, what's wrong with that? He said, well, paused. And he said, well, because I get home and I'm a crappy husband and I'm a cranky dad. And he hadn't realized this. And that was upon his reflection. And then I just turned around and I asked him, so will getting an investment property help you become a less crappy husband and a less cranky dad? He says, probably not. So the question that he was asking was, how can I get another stream of income? Or how can I get away from my job? That was the real question that he was trying to answer. How can I do things that are going to help me get away from the job which I'm in? And he's focused on what he doesn't want. And the answer that he had come up to that question with was, how do I get an investment property? And then he figured, great, now I'm just going to find someone who's going to tell me how to get an investment property. Now, this is an important distinction because he was focused on what he didn't want. He was focused on how to avoid the pain of having that job. And so he was trying to find a solution that was going to be jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Because if he managed to get an investment property, and let's just say, I said, great, I can help you get an investment property. Let's go do that now. Then he would have additional payments, additional stress on his lifestyle costs, and he'd have even more need to be in the job, which he really hates. And then he'd be even more tired and more of a cranky dad and more of a crappy husband. And that's not what he wanted from it for his life. So he started going through some coaching sessions, really exploring this. What does he really want from life? Not what does he not want? What does he really want? Let's find the real question which he wants to answer. And for him, that was, how can I be a better father, a better husband, and earn money doing things which I really enjoy doing? Now, that's a powerful question. And that doesn't mean he enjoys everything. But since then, he's moved cities with his family. He found more support in the other place which he went to. He's got an incredible promotion in another company, and he's earning a lot more. He has a lot less stress. He's able to manage his emotions because of the work which we did together. He's able to understand how other people are thinking. He understands his own personality as well as a result of some of the tools and frameworks which we went through. And as a result, his life is completely transformed. So when someone asks me, what is coaching? I refer to it as the process of getting down to that real core question which you want to answer. And sometimes an entire coaching session is just focused on getting the right question. Because sure, we can come up with answers to anything. But I believe you already have the answers within you. I believe that you have a wealth of experience in your life. Whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 60s, it doesn't matter. You have a wealth of experience whereby you know the answers. So for example, if you came to me saying, I want to lose weight, well, you know how to lose weight. Eat less, exercise more. Calories in, calories out. It's pretty simple. You've probably tried, if this is you, you've probably tried a whole bunch of diets in the past as well, and none of them seem to work. But the problem isn't the diet. The problem isn't the solution. The problem is why you've started going on that diet in the first place. The problem is why you're not able to stick to the diet, why you're not able to be consistent. And so to work that out, you've got to go a few levels deeper. And instead of just say, why do you want this? Why do you want the better body? Why do you want the healthier lifestyle? Why do you want more energy? The question is, why are you not doing the things that you know you need to do? Or in the past, when you've done it, why did you not remain consistent with getting the particular results? And you might say, oh, well, I shouldn't be doing it at all. It's terrible. No, not at all. I don't want to. It's not serving me at all. This is the question then is, how is it serving you? Because if it wasn't serving you, you wouldn't be doing it. So that's what coaching is, or at least that's my style of coaching. It's very empathetic. It's very conversational. It's very inquisitive. It's very curious. And it's also very solid and very strong. And when we have enough rapport, I'll help you find answers. I'll help you find the questions you didn't know you were asking. And then I'll help you find the incredible answers to it by exploring what your actual situation is, what all your options are, and where you want to go to from here. So that's the core of what is coaching when someone asks me. The second question is, how did you become a life coach? Like, how did you end up doing this with clients? Or sometimes in a different tone, it's like, what gives you the right to call yourself a life coach? Well, maybe it will help if I share a bit of my journey. I finished university. I was focused on becoming a high net worth financial advisor. That's where I wanted to get to. I had no idea where I wanted to go, but that's why I wanted to get there. I just decided that's where I'm going to set my target. That's where I'm going to go. I want to make a lot of money. I want to be in a role where the customer isn't always right. Yeah, funny. I wanted to have a lot of significance from my career and be able to do the things I wanted. And I worked my ass off, and I ended up becoming a high net worth financial advisor at Westpac Premium. And when I became that high net worth advisor, I was the youngest in all of Westpac to be providing advice to the high net worth clients. I had the suit and the tie and the fancy watch, and I was up in the ivory towers of Martin Place and then Barangaroo. And I really felt that I had everything sorted. And then something changed. My wife had a really crappy manager at a job that she was at. And she wasn't listening to any of my advice. I'm like, you're not listening to any of my advice, and I know all the answers. So why didn't you just go and get help from someone else you're going to listen to? I don't know what to do. I said, okay, there's a seminar which is coming up. Why don't you go to that? I don't want to go on my own. So fine, I'll go with you, but not because I'm going to get anything out of it. I'll go with you because that's just the loving husband that I am. And so sure enough, went along to it. And there was this moment in the seminar where I was actually having a lot of fun. I was enjoying it. And there was this moment in the seminar where I had to challenge a belief system which I had. And I didn't realize that in my mind, I had a belief system which was asking me, it was saying, you live and you die, so what's the point? You live and you die, so what's the point? So of course I was happy to be working in a big bank selling products and getting commission and getting paid based on how much revenue I was making, and then selling it to people because, yeah, I can justify the value which I'm adding because they're paying me money. And of course, this is all valuable. It's all great. And otherwise, if there were any problems, then people would stop me. But as a result of this, I can have the nice car, I can have the nice house, I can be doing all the things which I want to do. And life's great. But really behind it all was, you live and you die, so what's the point? This is crazy, right? I was living my life with that. And then I decided in that moment, I'm going to change to life short, make the most of it. And then I kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And then at the end of this 4-day seminar, I was walking out and I saw this. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And then I saw this one person getting really angry with someone on the phone, like they're shouting at someone on the phone. Were they just in the same seminar? What just happened? Okay, maybe that's an outlier. And then I progress, and a few minutes later, I see a couple who were just in the seminar together, and they were bickering and they were in a really crappy mood. I'm like, did they just go to the same seminar? I don't want this to have just been 4 days of fun. I want this to be 4 days that have changed my life. And so I decided to really reflect on what that new belief system meant. If life's short, make the most of it, then I've got to accept the presupposition behind it. And that is that I'm not yet making the most of life. And so I started finding new ways of doing things, accepting that I don't have all the answers yet, and just starting to find it. And so I'd read a new book, but this is the way that most people read new books, right? They pick up a book, they go, yeah, that was a really great read. I'm so glad that I read it. And they put it down to the side. And then they don't apply it in their life. The way I was reading books is I was reading 5 or 6 books at a time, and I'd read and I'd go, wow, that's a really awesome point from this book. Put in the bookmark, close it, go and do it, practice it. Whether it was about meditation or exercise or masculinity versus femininity, or whether it was about personality, or whether it was about some sort of psychology or theology or spirituality or whatever it was, I would explore it and I would actually try and practically implement it. Sales, finance, business, all of it, career, the way you communicate with people, whatever the topic was, I would actually apply it. And as a result, I didn't actually finish a lot of those books, but I started creating all these massive changes in my life. And I'd go to work. I was still in Westpac Premium at the time. And I started having family and friends and colleagues and even clients start saying, wow, Harry, you're different. You've changed. You're happier. You're more productive. You're more effective. You're more focused. You've got more energy. Like, what's going on? What have you done differently? And to that, it was so easy to be able to answer them and help them make the change in their life because they already wanted to make the change. It's like, great. Well, I tried this for myself and it really worked. Does it work for you? No? Okay. Well, I tried this. It didn't work for me, but maybe it'll work for you. Great. It solved the problem. Easy. You've just made a massive change in your life. It's improved that area of your life. Awesome. And I continued doing this. And then I started seeing that I could really help people make significant changes in their lives when they asked me. Because when I started going to people who weren't asking me for help, who didn't want to make the change in their life, and I'm like, well, I see what you need to do. You just need to fix this or this or this or whatever it is. And they'll just push it away, maybe politely, maybe rudely. I'm like, wow, why don't people want to make changes in their life? What's the matter with people? And I realized the problem wasn't them, the problem was me. I wasn't inspiring them to be able to make changes. I wasn't asking them questions to help them want to change themselves. Because as I said before, changing is easy. You know how to lose weight if that's your goal. You know how to get the body you want if that's your goal. The hard part is taking action on it. The hard part is being motivated and inspired to take action. So that was my journey. From then on, I started not just looking at my own personal development, but really focusing on my coaching skills. I have a few mentors around my coaching. I've received coaching from quite a few incredible coaches, and I'm constantly on this personal development journey because growth never stops. And if you have a growth mindset, then you believe you can overcome any obstacle and any challenge in your way. And I've become addicted to this idea of just being able to continue to grow, because when you grow, your relationships get better, your body gets better, your health gets better, you have more energy, you get better results in life. And that's what coaching is. That's what coaching allows you to achieve. I have coaches and I coach myself, and I have mentors who help me become better coaches. I follow the ICF ethical framework. I make sure that you have the support which you need and that you understand what coaching is before you get into it. So if any of this has sounded interesting to you, and if any of this feels worthwhile or relevant to your life or something which you might need, then let's have a chat. Let's explore it. And let's see whether or not empowerment coaching, which is my form of life coaching, whether or not empowerment coaching is there to be able to change your life and is going to change your life for the better. If that's you, reach out. I'm here for you. I'd love to be able to support you. If that's not you, then come back when you're ready. I look forward to supporting you to live the life you love and really to be able to enjoy every moment, to wake up in the morning and say, yes, that's the life which I want to live. Yes, I'm excited for today. When you see your spouse or you see your colleagues or you see friends or whatever, it's like, yes, I'm really excited to connect with them. That's the life which I want for you. And if you want it, I'm here to help you get it.